So in this video you can hear some cars driving by and some dogs barking and some people talking, but I'm gonna make this video anyway. Welcome. Today we're doing how to make a WordPress website by yourself. So firstly we're gonna get a domain name. So I'll go to my browser of choice and in the URL section I'll type in GoDaddy and click enter. And then I'll click on the first link, GoDaddy domain names. And then in this huge bar, I'm going to type a domain name. You can type the name of your business or whatever you want to be in the URL when people are viewing your website. So I'm on this GoDaddy website right now, and in the URL section, it says godaddy.com. So the domain name of this website is godaddy.com. So the domain that I'm going to type in here for today is Dylan's Coffee. And I'll click enter. So what it's doing now is checking to see if Dylan's Coffee is available. Sometimes the domain that you want is not available, it's a popular one, and if it's not available, usually you can find ways around it. So like this is Dylan's Coffee.co.za, but if this was taken, we could have gotten Dylan's.coffee or Dylan's-coffee. So usually there's ways around if your domain is already taken by someone else. If it's already taken by someone else, maybe you wanna think about a different name, but that's another story. Anyway, so we have Dylan's Coffee. So now we're gonna click Make It Yours, and then we'll click View Cart, and now we can click Continue to Cart. We can see the pricing, and it'll be owned by us for 1 year, this domain, in which case it'll be renewed and we'll have to pay again. Now we can click Continue to Cart, and now here you can make a free GoDaddy account using an email, and once that's done you'll get to a checkout page, and then you'll just finish the purchase of whatever your domain is once you enter in your payment details. So now that you own a domain, the next step is to get hosting. So since we're already on GoDaddy, you can click the hamburger icon here and click websites and hosting. If you don't see that hamburger icon, if you're on the checkout screen and that icon isn't there, then it's usually in the top right menu that you can navigate to websites and hosting. First navigate to products, and then you'll see websites and hosting. So you can click on that, and then in the hosting section you can click on WordPress hosting, and then click see plans and pricing, and over here you can see the plans. The basic plan is going to give you everything you need usually, but if you plan to have quite a long and there's going to be a lot of content on your website, and you want it to have a good loading speed, and you know there's going to be like thousands of people using your website, then maybe the basic plan is not going to be enough for you. In that case, I'll suggest the deluxe or the ultimate plan. But for just your first website, I think the basic plan works. So you can click buy and then go to again the checkout screen, and then you'll see an option to log into WordPress. Now before we continue, you don't have to go with GoDaddy. You can go with Hostinger, HostGator, Xnilo, AfriHost. There's lots of different places to host your website and lots of places to get your domain. I do suggest having the place that you get your domain also be the place that you host. It just makes things easier in terms of linking the domain and the hosting platform. And also, I want to mention that today I'm making this WordPress website offline. So I'm actually using a WAM server, but everything should be the same apart from it being offline. So if you see this language screen, you can scroll down and choose your language and then click continue. Okay, we made it to the WordPress dashboard. So let's look at what our website looks like at the moment. By clicking on this name, we can see what our website is showing It won't be much yet because we haven't done anything. So we can click on the name again to go back. And now what we're gonna do is, before installing anything, I'm gonna delete existing posts and pages and plugins. So I'll hover over posts and click all posts, and here it's hello world. I'll just click pin, click on pin, and then click delete permanently. Then I'll hover over pages and click all pages, and I'll do the same here. I'll just select that and change bulk actions to move to bin and apply, and then delete them here. And I'll do the same with the plugins. Go and install, select all, and delete, apply. Awesome. Now we can install a plugin, so I'll click add new plugin, and in the search bar I'm going to type starter templates, and I'll wait, and then I'll install this one, starter templates Elementor WordPress. Click install, and then click activate. How would you like to build your website? So on this screen, we're not going to do the AI website builder today. We're going to click on classic starter templates. So I'll click here, select page builder. The page builder that we're going to use is Elementor, so I'll click on that. What type of website are you building? Well, for Dylan's Coffee, which is a completely fictional business, we're going to build a website about coffee. So in the search bar, I'll type coffee to get some coffee templates. And you'll see that a lot of them say premium, but there's also quite a lot of them that don't say premium that you can use. So I'll just scroll through the templates that they gave and find one that I like. I like this one that says coffee shop, so I'll click on it. And I can scroll a bit further through it here. On the left I can change the font, so I'll mess around with that. This can also be changed in Elementor, so it's not really that important. I'll leave it on the first one for now. I'll see what the other colors look like. I think I'll also change that in Elementor instead, so I'll leave it on the original one and click continue. Select features. This won't be an e-commerce website, so I don't need any of the features here. You might need some of them if you're planning on turning your website into a store. If that's the case, then you want to choose e-commerce, or maybe you want to set up some sales funnels. As I said, we're not going to do that, so I'll click skip this step. Tell us a bit about yourself. So here you just have to fill in some quick and basic information about why you're making the website. So I'll put in my first name, Matthew, and an email. I am beginner. I'm building a website for myself. And under the advanced options, you can see the Astra theme will be installed for you. Also, they will install some plugins that help with the website, like your page builder, Elementor, and a couple more. So I'll click on I understand to submit and have them build the website for me. Congratulations, your website is ready and it just took 1 minute to build. So I'll click view your website. Cup of inspiration to make your day. Cool, so now this is what our website looks like. But of course we want to add our own information and our own logo, and we want to change some of the colors and the images, so I'll click over here to go back to our dashboard. And on the left we can already see that a few things have been added, like WP Forms and Elementor. And here it says this is the Astra theme that we're using. If I hover over plugins and click on install plugins, we can see everything that's been installed. So this varies depending on the template that you chose. Some templates are using essential add-ons and some other plugins. So now we want to start editing our information. But before we do that, I'll hover over media and click on add new media file, so that we can upload all of the images we plan to use on our website. So I'll click select files and I navigate it to where all the images are. So I'll highlight all of them and then click open. If you need some free stock images yourself, you can go to pixels.com or Pixabay or Unsplash, or you can just take some photos yourself and use those ones. Okay, once everything was uploaded, I'll hover over pages and click all pages. This is another thing that varies depending on which template you choose. Some templates create multiple pages for you, which ends up being really convenient because the font and color scheme will be consistent throughout each of those pages. But in this case we only have a home page, so I'll click edit with Elementor and I'll close this box. I'll also close this box, and now I can start editing my site. To edit any text, I just have to click on the block and then go to the text section and then type whatever I want. So welcome to Dylan's coffee. In this block, there's also a section for the text, so I'll just highlight that and change it out with what I want it to be. Same with the button, I just click on it and in the text section I'll add my text. Cool. If I want to change the background image here, I just have to click on the section and then go to style. There I can see this image, so I'll click on it. And because we already uploaded all our images, I don't have to upload them here. I can just go to media library and choose the image that I want to set as my background. I'll choose this one and click select. Cool. And that's it. We just updated the first section of the website. So I'll scroll down, and in this next section, in the same way, I'll just click on a block and then swap out the text to whatever I want. And I'll continue this throughout the website. Let me do that now. Okay, I changed the text and this is now what it looks like. And I wanted to show you, if I want to delete a block, all I need to do is go to the edit icon and right click and then click delete. I'll do it again at the bottom here. I don't need this section, so I'll right click on this edit icon and then click delete. Cool. And I thought about changing the font, but I think it looks good as it is, so I'm not gonna do that. Same with the color. I think it looks great. One thing that we should make sure we update after the text and the images is the buttons. So you can click on them, and then here in the link section you can add a link to where you want people to go to when they click that button. And in this case we want them to go and view the store or the restaurant, so I added a map link. And I'll do the same with our other directions button. If you want to change the background color of a section or the font, you can click on a section. So I'll click there to be able to edit this section over here. And then I can click on style, and at background type I'll click classic, and then here next to color I can click and choose a color in the color picker. So maybe I want that color. I can leave it like that and just click away and keep going on, and that'll stay that color, or I can click on it again and click create new global color, and here I'll say background color or whatever I want to call it, and then click create. And now in the other sections, let's say I wanted this to be the same color, I can click on the section and click style, and then click classic, and then now I can click on that icon there, and I can see the color that I created if I scroll all the way down. See that, and then click on it, and now I have that same color on a different section. But we're not going to do that, so I'll just click on them and change them back to what they were by clicking on the color there and then just making it clear. And I'll do the same here. I'll click on the section, click there, and then click clear. And with the fonts, if you want to change the fonts, you can click on a block of text and then click style, and then next to typography you can edit the typography, change the font over there. Maybe you want it to be Helvetica. There's a bunch of fonts available. And in the same way, if you want to save this font that you set on this block, then you can click create new global font and then click create. And now if you want any section to match that, we can just click on style, and then we can click on that icon next to typography and choose the text that we saved. But again, we're not going to do that, so I'll click edit and then click back to default, and same here, edit and back to default. Also, if you want to add anything to this design, maybe you don't like the way that the template looks in some sections, maybe you want some more images here, some more text blocks maybe, all you need to do is click on the plus here, add element, and then drag over whatever you want. So I'll drag over a text block and drop it there, and then I can start editing. Or I'll delete this, and what I can do that's a bit faster is I'll right click here and then click duplicate, and that way it'll save the font that's on the text that I duplicated, so I don't have to set it myself. We don't need this block though, so I'll delete it. It's the same for images. If I want to put an image under here, all I need to do is drag this image and drop it wherever I want to, and I'll click here to change the image. I want it to be these coffee beans, so I'll click on that and click select, and then I can move it around if I want to by going to advanced and adding some margins, or I can click on style and change the width or the height. We don't need this though, so I'll right click and delete. And there's lots of other options to choose from in the free Elementor. There's also plugins that you can install to increase the amount of elements that you have access to, that we won't look at in today's video. So once you're done editing the website, You can click publish and then click on the Elementor logo and click exit to WordPress. We can close this pop-up and then click WordPress again. Click leave. And now to view the way our website looks after our edits and after we click to publish, we can click there. And this is what we see. At this point, it's good to make sure that your links are working, so you should click on all of your buttons and any of your links. And something that we haven't updated yet is this header section. Also, this footer section. And the way that we do that is by clicking on this name and then hovering over Astra and clicking customize. At site identity, if you click on that, you can click on site title and logo settings, and it's over here where you can change your logo. So I'll really change logo. I'll choose the logo that I made and then click select, and I'll skip cropping. And there I can see that my logo was updated. And now I can click publish. And if I go back to view my live website, I'll see that my logo is now correct. And if we want to change anything else in the header, we can see over here at the bottom, we can move these things around to change the position over here on top. Or we can hover over these things and then click the edit icon. And let's say Dylan's Coffee doesn't use Instagram, we can just X that to update the social icons. And it's the same for the footer section. If we scroll down, all we need to do is click on edit, and I actually don't want to edit this, I want to remove it. So at the bottom I'll just click the X, and as I hover here I can see there's also an edit icon there. If I click on that, I can change the layout to one of these presets, and I can also hover in between here and click that edit icon to edit the social icons. And over here we can remove Instagram and click publish. And if I click the X and get out of all of that, I can now click on the site name and see that my logo was updated, as well as the social icons and also the footer section. One thing we haven't done is change the links of the social icons. So I haven't linked them to any accounts. Also, I haven't linked this button to anything. So at the moment, if I click it, nothing happens. So I'll click on the name again and then go back to customize, and I'll click on this header builder button. And now if I click social here, or I click social here, I can hit one of these drop downs and then paste the URL to the account that I want to link to the Facebook icon. And it's the same with the Twitter icon. If I click on that, there's also a section here to put the URL for the Twitter account. But since this is a fictional company and none of these accounts exist, we're gonna leave it empty. I'll show you the button also. If I click edit on that, there's also a section for the link here. And maybe we want to change Booker Table to get directions. And then we can add our map link in here. And then click publish. Now I can close this again and view my website. And at this point, I can share the link with anyone who I want to see this website. Of course, with this being offline, no one's going to be able to access it, but you can share your link, and that way people will be able to find your website online and view it. My tip to you is that you don't wait until the website has everything you want and is the best way possible, perfect. Don't wait for that to happen, would be my tip. Just wait for it to have everything that's absolutely necessary, the minimum requirements. If it has the minimum requirements, publish it, share it, and get feedback on it, and get business through it, because you likely always want to keep changing something on your website or adding something, and time goes on and things change and your website will change. So I really think lots of people put off making a website for years because they want to have it looking and feeling 10 out of 10, perfectly matching their business, and that's the reason why they never end up getting a website. Another tip is it's also really convenient to have all of your videos and your images and your text all in one place before you start making the website. It just makes the whole process a lot smoother for you. If you made it to the end of this video, then click subscribe and stay tuned for more. Thanks.